I am backyard wrestling star Anthony Aries. I have made my name and my career in my own home company, FBW Backyard Wrestling, located here in Florida. Some of you guys may have known me from my previous name and gimmicks under the name ALM. Alright guys, let's get to work. Guys, well, this is it. This is my little home gym that I got started. Right now it is September 2022. Haven't filmed Wrestle Bash 7 Part 2 or BYWN Clash of the Yards, which are going to be two of my last matches in backyard wrestling, if not the last matches, unless something pops up interesting. But one thing that I really want to do before these matches is really get into a better shape, not only for these matches but also for pro wrestling. But this little home gym is obviously still like a work in progress. I know I don't got much, I got a set of dumbbells. Those are rubies, which she doesn't use. But I got these. I got some resistance bands. I got these little dice, that I can roll and just fuck around with. And then I got a bench to do some dumbbell, presses and stuff. But yeah, I know at the date of this recording, I don't have a pull-up bar, which my sister is actually getting me one for my birthday. But this is it. I got a fan, just a little thing, in my laundry room. So I'm gonna go work out and let's get going. FBW all started in December of 2012. In a story that a lot of you guys probably have heard, because I've said this story and posted about this story so many times across the FBW social medias. But I guess for my own doc, let me tell you my side, because you've heard many other sides of how FBW was founded by myself and my great longtime best friend, Chris Dynamite. It all started on a December night. We were hanging out on the weekend, like usual, because back then, me and Chris would hang out every weekend, every day that we could possibly hang out, and we would spend all day together, because our bond of what me and Chris have, we're really close. And when we were younger and stuff, man, we were fucking, you could have called us brothers, to be honest, with how we were and how much we hung out. So Chris Dynamite wasn't a wrestling fan before he met me. Me and Chris met during my birthday party that year in 2012. He came with his brother Eric Danger because I met Eric Danger before I met Chris. I met Eric Danger the first day of 6th grade in 2012. And me and Eric hung out, and did our thing. And I never knew that he had a brother until my birthday party. It was my 11th birthday party, turning 11. And Eric just unannounced brought Chris Dynamite with him. And me and him really didn't talk or anything until we were playing WWE 13, I believe. It was either 2013 or WWE 12. And I was facing everybody in one-on-ones, and I was destroying everybody. And I destroyed everybody, and then I was like, you know what? Eric's brother's there, and I was like, you know what? I want you. I want to face Chris Dynamite, or whatever. And I called him out in front of everybody, and Chris was kind of shy and didn't know how to react. I don't think we had a match, and then shortly after that he left. Probably scared him off. He probably thought this fucking nut. And then after that, Eric just came over and kept bringing his brother until eventually Chris Dynamite would just come over himself without Eric. And from that moment on, me and Chris became closer than me and Eric. Now, me and Eric, don't get me wrong, me and Eric are very close, but after Eric kept bringing, Chris to hang out with me, and then Chris would just come, me and Chris's relationship grew bigger than me and Eric's, but me and Eric's is not far underneath that. So the big wrestling fan that I am, I thought that I would show Chris Dynamite pro wrestling and WWE and all that stuff, because I thought it would be really great to have a best friend who also, loves wrestling, and we can bond and engage and talk about all that stuff. Because me and Chris, we're close, and we would hang out and watch Minecraft videos and play Minecraft and do all that stuff. But I really loved wrestling, and Chris wasn't a wrestling fan, so I thought, let me introduce him to wrestling, and maybe he'll like it like me, and we could grow our friendship off of wrestling too, besides video games and all that stuff. So he got into wrestling and stuff, and then we would start watching wrestling a lot together. And then I decided to show him something that I stumbled across myself during that time, which was backyard wrestling. And backyard wrestling, to be exact, with ESW, Extreme Showdown Wrestling. So I showed Chris some of the videos of backyard wrestling, ESW, and all those OG companies from back in the day. And he loved it. He liked it, so we started watching pro wrestling and backyard wrestling. And then one Saturday night in December, early December before Christmas, we thought, fuck it, why don't we try to backyard wrestle? Like all these people know, these teens, kids, and everybody under the sun are doing backyard wrestling and can do backyard wrestling. What's stopping us? Why don't we try backyard wrestling? We're too young to be pro wrestlers, and it looks like we can learn how to backyard wrestle with all these people doing backyard wrestling. So we went out to the OG 2012 arena, and that little empty retention pond, and we decided to wrestle. Before we went out to the arena, we binge watched a shit ton of how-to wrestling videos. How to throw punches, how to do clotheslines, how to do certain submissions, how to do certain moves. That's where I learned how to do my OG finisher, the Koji Clutch. And we did all that, and we went out to the arena, the OG arena, where FBW began. And we came up with our little gimmicks, and we decided to replicate what we learned in those how-to videos. We had 2 matches that I remember. We did one one-on-one, and then we did a 2 out of 3 falls match or whatever. And it was great. We enjoyed it. And then after that, we were like, well, what's next? Because we didn't necessarily have a company. We just kind of brought out the T-Division title, the old one, the AAW title, that old WWE Tag Team replica belt I had, and we fought for that title. And we didn't really call it FBW, but we had our little gig going on. And I know after that we planned something for our friends. A couple of the neighborhood kids came over, and we were going to watch the Super Bowl, which I'm not into sports, but my dad made a big deal out about it. So my dad was barbecuing, the Super Bowl was on. So we thought, let's have a Super Bowl, match for everybody in the neighborhood who came over. And it did not go as planned. This was in 2013. Our friends just kind of turned it into a fucking big free-for-all. Everybody started attacking, everybody and stuff. And then after that, we kind of put this little backyard wrestling thing that we had going off to the side, and kind of forgot about it. We forgot about FBW after the Super Bowl thing for our friends until 2014 in the summer. I don't remember what came across for me, but I remember talking to Colin the Beast, and I remember telling him about this backyard wrestling thing that I used to do with Chris. And Colin the Beast was responsible for the return of FBW, because he said, let's bring it back. And then he introduced me to Jared Payne, who was a massive wrestling fan. So me and him bonded over that immediately, because, he liked wrestling as much as I did. So Colin invited me over to his house one day and was like, let's do an FBW show, which that FBW show would go on to become FBW Summer Chaos. Now, during this time, we planned on bringing back FBW, but serious. So we thought about names, which we stuck with FBW. Some other names was CBW, Championship Backyard Wrestling, that I remember. I thought about Extreme Backyard Wrestling, those names being taken. So we settled on FBW, Florida Backyard Wrestling. Generic, which I wish we didn't have such a generic name, but it is what it is. So we became FBW. And I had to come up with a gimmick. Now, I first started off as Razor Rage. Now, I don't look like no Razor Rage, because a Razor Rage sounds like some big, tough, muscular dude. But that was the name that I would give to my creative superstars on SmackDown vs. Raw when I was younger. So I thought, you know what, let me just take Razor Rage. Didn't put too much thought about it until I realized, damn, that name doesn't fit me. I'm not no Razor Rage. So I couldn't think of a name, so I took inspiration from ESW wrestler MOD, the Master of Disaster, which I thought that was his initials for some reason, so I thought, let me just do my initials, which are ALM, and that's where the ALM name came from. But me and Colin, we had our little match. We recorded it on my shitty-ass $50 tablet, which is the reason why the footage is gone and lost today. But me and Colin had a match for the FBW title right up in August of 2014. And then the next big show that would really kickstart off FBW was WrestleBash 1, a.k.a. Birthday Mania. Just got done with my workout and stuff. It's very important that I just build my shape for these two last matches, because I want to leave backyard wrestling on the highest level possible, in everything, my abilities, my physique, the production and everything, and I'm working really hard to make WrestleBash 7 Part 2 and Clash of the Yards some of the best matches that I've had to date, because I don't want to leave and fall flat, and I want to leave on a high note and leave with some quality matches that stand the test of time. But I know it's not going to be easy. I actually deal with a lot of I find it really hard, for myself to actually work out. It's hard for me to get enough calories, protein, and all that stuff, and it really just affects my confidence. And hopefully starting now, and with the help of just this doc and everything, I can actually keep a routine and work out, because I would work out and then go 2 weeks without working, and then build confidence out, and then I'll get into my home gym and then I'd work out again. But the other day I just bought some protein stuff, and a real big help to me is Chris Dynamite. I text him a lot and stuff, and he reassures me and he gives me a lot of advice, and big shout out to Chris Dynamite. He's a very big gym freak. He likes to work out and do all that stuff. I'm trying to, and I know this is something I should have started a while ago, but it is what it is. I know I'm trying to build my home gym, because I don't got money to start going to a gym and getting a membership and all that stuff. I mean, my gym's good. I'm thinking about using body weight to my advantage. That's why I'm working on getting that pull-up bar, and then maybe in the future I'll get a bar and do some deadlifts, because I don't got no spot or anything. So I'm not trying to die. Yeah, first workout session in a while. Tomorrow, at the date of this recording, probably gonna do some legs. I've been mostly doing upper body stuff, just because, to be honest, I don't want to do legs and then go to work and suffer. But yeah, It's going to be a long journey ahead. It's going to be a hard one, but I'm going to try my hardest to go through it. So, from Birthday Mania, now known as WrestleBash 1, all the way up into Revenge 2015, that was during the era and stage of FBW where it was just home video, and we were just doing videos and editing up shows just to share, with friends and family, and just to keep as memories, that we can, remember and talk about, 15 years from now, 20 years from now. But in April of 2015, I decided, what's the point of just doing this for friends? We're getting serious about it and all that stuff. So why don't we make our presence known online, on YouTube and to the backyard wrestling community and fan base out there, across the world. So I decided to make FBW go public. We started uploading all of our shows, past and present, to YouTube, and made our presence known. Many people didn't get to know us behind the cameras for a while. We did not get into and interact with the BYW community as and on a personal level. We kind of just uploaded our shows, reacted to some comments in character, but never ventured out on Instagram or Twitter, on Facebook, and talked to other companies or talked to other wrestlers or made friends with anybody. We kind of just did our thing, uploaded our videos, and then called it a day. And just, claimed to be a part and cementified our place in the BYW community, but never really got into the BYW community. The first time FBW and myself tried to interact with the BYW community and make friends and all that stuff, we stumbled upon KEW, Kids Extreme Wrestling, I believe is what it stood for, if my memory stands corrected. The company led by now retired backyard wrestler and now E-Fed star King Dominator. King Dominator, for some reason, had it out for FBW. He hated us. For some reason, he hated us. And he would make videos about us, posts about us, hating on us, shit-talking us, and really just had it out for FBW and myself. And that scared all of us in FBW who cared to interact with the community and really become a part of the community away from the community. When we tried to interact with the community and the King Dominator situation came, where he basically just got to the point where he was cyberbullying us, making posts about us, trying to expose us, making reaction videos, just shitting and hating on our product for no reason, because we never interacted with King Dominator, really. We never shit on him or anything, or we never really started anything with him. He just came into us one day and was like, you know what, fuck you. I hate you guys. For some random reason, we stumbled across him, and he immediately just hated us. So that really kind of made us realize, damn, let's just go back to what we were doing before and just upload our videos and just stay clear of everybody in the community. Because if he is willing to do that without us saying or doing anything, God knows how the rest of the community are, because King Dominator had a big following and a lot of connections in the backyard wrestling community at one point. We didn't really interact with many people until I stumbled across Sam Reeves. Sam Reeves hit me up one day, and things just kind of clicked between me and Sam Reeves from EBW South. Then around that period too, I met another really good friend, a man who I consider a brother to me, and that is Gunshot from Hellfire Wrestling. I met Sam Reeves and Gunshot around the same time, and those two are real good close friends to me, and made me realize, there are some good people in this community. not everybody is toxic and bad and, assholes, in this community. So that kind of really made me open up my doors a little bit and try to start going into the community and seeing what really cool people I can meet in this community. And over the years, I have met some of the coolest people I have ever met in my entire life. I am not in high school no more. I work at a job where, it's all, older people, and I kind of just stick to myself, so I don't really have, I guess, friends, really. I have the FBW crew and Eric and Chris and Jared, but really most of the people I call friends in my life are backyard wrestlers and some of the people in the Nexus that I've met over the years as I ventured out and talked to people. And I am grateful for the people I've met, Gunshot and Sam Reeves. If it wasn't for them, and if it wasn't for me meeting them, I don't think the Nexus would be a thing, and I don't think that, I would be, as big of a figure in the community, because definitely opening up the my doors and meeting people in the community definitely has rose my stock level and my popularity and my star level, in this community.
Today, part 2 of WrestleMania 7 is finally graced upon us. Tonight, I get
Is it really about to rain like right now?
apparently so.
WrestleMania 7 was always going to be the last FBW event when we decided on that going into 2022. We decided that WrestleMania 7 was going to be the last event and we were going to move on and stuff. So the lineup for events in 2022 was going to be Genesis, No Love, Showdown, and then WrestleMania 7, and WrestleMania 7 being the end all. We're done with FBW. And we decided that probably in late 2021, I think, yeah. WrestleMania 7, going into it, became really cursed. It became cursed because shit kept coming up and delaying that damn event. The show was supposed to come out in April of 2022, and it ended up coming out in mid-September. Shit kept on coming up. My kids kept on getting sick. Chris kept on working on the weekends and working late hours. Or I got sick. Ruby got sick. Chris couldn't make it because at one point his car broke down. We lost the ring due to weather, so we had to figure out if it was fixable, if we were going to get the supplies in time, if we were going to do a no-ring event, which I didn't want to do. I didn't want to go back to no-ring events after getting the ring, but it is what it is. What happened, happened. So just shit kept on coming up and delaying the events. Until one day, we was able to get together and film. However, since me and Chris were going to do double duty, I thought that we'll film the 3 Stages of Hell match one day, and then we'll film again another day, so both matches can be good. Because I didn't want one match or both matches to lack because of me and Chris doing double duty. Because, the original plan was supposed to be me versus Chris versus Ruby, a match that I have tried planning for a while. So we get together and we film the 3 Stages of Hell match, and things go great. And then we couldn't film again. Shit kept coming up, and then we weren't able to film it until September time. And then by then I was like, we got to get something out for the fans. They've been waiting too damn long. So I thought of the idea of splitting the event. Having the 3 Stages of Hell be one event, and then the Triple Threat main event being another event. So that's where the 2-part show came, which I think was a good idea, and I should have came up with that earlier because both parts were uploaded pretty close to each other. I don't know. I didn't think about that idea until we almost filmed part 2. So about 7 part 2 taping was a very fucking stressful day. We wake up, Ruby's not feeling good, her neck's really hurting, she has a headache, she doesn't know if she can wrestle. So me and Chris think of a plan. We'll just do the triple threat elimination match, we'll take Ruby out early, and then we'll just do it me and Chris one-on-one. As we're getting ready, Chris says he's not going to be able to make it. He does carpet work. His last job was an hour away from his house, and he's an hour away from my house. So he wasn't going to be able to make it. And now Ruby wasn't feeling good, so we really had to think. I was like, what the fuck are we going to do? Are we going to have to delay this event again? But Ruby pulled through, and she's like, no, what? Ruby was like, I can wrestle. Ruby was like, you know what? I'll be fine. Which, me and Ruby had our best one-on-one match. Out of all the one-on-ones me and Ruby had, that was our best. And unfortunately, Chris wasn't there at the final branded FBW event, which I know he was a little upset about, but you know he understands that the show got to go on because we saw BYWN to film, and we just got to move on. We just got to move on from FBW. All right, guys. WrestleBash 7 has been completed. What did you think, Jared?
It's been fun. It's really been a fun journey.
How was the match today? What was your thoughts?
It was good. I thought it was really good, and I really liked the match a lot.
Everybody, shout out to this man right here. He did all of the production. He recorded, he filmed, and everything. Played all the music and all that crap. But, yeah, so today we did WrestleBash 7 Part 2, finally, after fucking like 7 months, 8 months of waiting. Unfortunately, Chris wasn't able to make it today. It was obviously supposed to be a triple threat match, obviously. But he got off of work too late, and he's an hour away and shit. His last job was an hour away from his house, and he's an hour away from my house, and it's already late. But we're going to figure out what we're going to do with him. He'll probably be my match at Clash of the Yards. Jared here is pretty much done with wrestling. I mean, he's probably just going to be staff from now.
Oh, yeah.
So how do you feel? Any last words?
Not really, other than I hope you guys enjoyed FBW.
It's been a ride. Yeah, no, today was really stressful because Ruby, she's been having neck pain and head pain or whatever for the past while. So it was very unclear if she was actually going to wrestle today. And then with Chris not being able to show up or whatever, and then it almost rained. If you look at the promo that I did to kick off, you know, part 2, it got dark and the wind started picking up. It almost started raining. So just today was very chaotic. WrestleBash 7 has been cursed, if we can say, because we were supposed to film it in April. We're now filming it almost in October. We barely got it done today, but we finally got it done. Me and Ruby for the first time wrestling at WrestleBash, and that was Ruby's first WrestleBash match. She didn't ever do anything at WrestleBash, but yeah, a little behind the scenes. Hold the fuck on. It's legit fucking raining. Only in the front yard. Okay, no, now it's coming to the backyard. We literally just finished maybe a couple minutes ago, and it is now starting to rain. You guys can't tell on camera, but you could probably hear it. It's literally raining. Literally, we just finished filming, where in the first promo of the show, it almost started raining, and now it's starting to rain, kinda. I mean, it's not raining too hard, but it's raining. So, wow. What the hell? That's some booty type shit. So, we knew that we were going to be filming a BYWN match for BYWN Clash of the Yards, and the original plan was me versus Ruby one last time. That was the original plan when we thought that WrestleBash 7 was going to be me versus Chris versus Ruby. Because I know Chris didn't want to wrestle no more, not for anybody or anything after WrestleBash 7, because he was dead set on being done. So the original plan was me versus Ruby. Now Ruby, she's lost her motivation for FBW and all that stuff. Really since she got pregnant with our first kid. But she powered through everything, which I can't thank her enough, and I love her for. I scrapped me and Ruby because after Chris didn't show up to WrestleBash, I know Chris wanted his send-off, And it just made sense for me to wrestle Chris at BYWN Clash of the Arts because I storyline took him out with the Crusade. So obviously he would come back and want revenge. And, you know, we had to end. We knew that Clash of the Arts was going to be our last, you know, tapings. You know, so Chris stepped in and we started planning for me versus Chris. Me and Chris thought that if this was going to be our last match that people has seen so many times, we had to really do something interesting. We've done a lot of stipulations, and one of the things that me and him would joke about a lot is doing like a 1 hour Iron Man match. And we did a 30-minute Iron Man match at Karma 2021, and that was absolute fucking hell. And we thought, joke about doing a 1 hour Iron Man match and doing this and that. Why don't we do a 1 hour Iron Man match? That is a stipulation that we can do that we've never done. And it would really stand out because not a lot of backyard wrestlers and wrestling companies out there has done a 1 hour Iron Man match, according to my research that I did. Me and Chris said, fuck it, it's going to suck, but we'll do it. And I'm not going to lie, it fucking sucked. Chris got off of work early on the day of BYWN Clash of the Arts taping, and it was about midday, and it was hot. Hurricane Ian came by prior, and it kind of made our temperature, you know, dip a little bit. It was in the low 70s. It was nice weather. But the day we filmed for BYWN, the weather goes right back up to 90 fucking degrees, and it was brutal. I'm not gonna lie. Me and him agreed that we had to go slow. We had to take it slow, nice in the beginning, and that's why in the beginning for a bit we were just locking up and then talking shit, then locking up, then talking shit. But not gonna lie, we were going at a good pace, and then once it started to hit me that I was like, I don't know if I can do this, but I powered through. Me and him, we powered through, and we actually took a break. After the 1 hour, we took a little break. We got some drinks and stuff, and then we went back in and resumed for sudden death. Yes. Fuck all you guys. You guys would have done it the same fucking way. Don't even say nothing. But yeah, we took a break after the 1 hour and to regroup and then go into sudden death. Not as tired, so like the sudden death wouldn't get too sloppy. But then again, us being a little sloppy at the end was psychology because, I mean, we wrestled in fucking the hot-ass Florida weather for an hour. That match probably has made me the most sore I've ever been after a match. Luckily, after most of my matches, I'm normally not too sore or banged up, but after the 1 hour, I definitely was. So it all started. Chris Dynamite got me up in an airplane spin. Samoan dropped me back. I got stung by a bee on my shoulder. Then he whipped me with the fucking belt fucking 3 times as hard as he could. That welted up my back. And then I got poppage thrown in my face, which was my idea. And then I got sawdust in my eye. And my son kicked me in my eye one time, and he's giving me coronial erosion. So my eye's been fucked up ever since. So I got sawdust in my eye, trying to fucking rub it out and get it out, agitating my eye. And then fucking Chris grabbed me by my head and fucking turned it, and he fucking cracked my neck. So, yeah, and then he AA'd me, and I fucking hit the ground so fucking hard, dude. My chest hurt for almost a week. So, but we got a lot of good feedback over that match, and I'm glad that my career's ended going out with that. Alright guys, so right now I'm on the way over to Jared Payne's house. Probably gonna chill over there for a little bit in his new apartment that he got or whatever. And then we're going to head back over here when Chris Dynamite is on the way back. We're going to film some stuff, and we're going to film the 1 hour Ironman match for BYWN Clash of the Yards. It's gonna be fucking hard. Don't really know how we're gonna get through a fucking hour of backyard wrestling. We did 30 minutes at Karma, and that fucking sucked, especially in this Florida heat. But we're gonna do, and we're gonna try our best. Let's go over to Jared's house and chill before things get a little interesting, because I'm not feeling anything emotionally right now going into my last match, I guess. Just feel normal. Maybe I'm just done with all this shit. What the hell?
I've been playing Call of Duty quite a lot. Fuck!
Yeah.
Hey, I'm playing like the series every fucking day.
Yeah, you still suck dick.
Oh, very funny.
Hey, Jared.
I fucking see your ass. Fuck!
Yeah, but you still couldn't kill me.
Yeah, and Ghost in Advanced Warfare.
Yo, full on cap, bro. So I'm at Jared's house right now. Later today, we're gonna be filming the last FBW match ever. Me versus Chris. How do you feel about FBW pretty much ending?
Well, I feel like that it was a good career while it lasted, and I had a lot of fun. And it's just been a lot of fun.
What have you been up to lately?
What I've been up to lately is that I've been streaming quite a lot on YouTube, and the thing is, you guys can follow my YouTube channel, County Devman. I also have a Twitch now, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and
What the hell?
yeah, and
You could have just kept it simple. You could have been just Jared Payne.
yeah. Well, the thing is that if you guys were to check out my channel, I play like every single Call of Duty while trying to get around there. But Call of Duty just gets exhausting streaming and stuff. But I play every single Call of Duty. I stream it, and Ghost is the only one that I don't like out of them all.
Yeah, Ghost is pretty trash.
Oh, definitely.
So, Chris just texted. We're gonna be heading back to my place, the FBW Arena. We don't even have a name for the FBW Arena now.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. We're heading back to the yeah, I don't know, cause like we had the OG Arena, the Independence Arena, the 2012 Arena. What is this? Anyway, we're headed back. We're gonna go film Clash of the Yards, BYWN. I chilled over with Jared, played some video games and stuff, but
I kicked his ass.
yeah, he's full on capping. He is full on capping. Come on, Jared, get back in frame so everybody can see the sore loser that you are. Yeah, he's too big of a bitch to show his face, but what do you call it? But yeah, we're gonna be. Let's see. Let's zoom this all the way up. Anyway, so we're gonna be heading back to the arena to go film. It's gonna be a 1 hour Ironman match, repping the BYWN merch. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? tpublic.com. But yeah. Alright guys, so we got everything together and we got the rest of the stuff over here and stuff. Waiting on Chris Dynamite to come. He's on his way, so he'll be here in a bit. Pressure is starting to kick in just a little bit because of the fact that, really looking into it, there's not much or any 1 hour, Ironman matches in backyard wrestling history. So, and if there is, not on the scale of like the BYWN or like, the level of FBW and shit. So, this type of match is really going to be put into the mainstream of backyard wrestling with me and Chris Dynamite's match at BYWN Clash of the Yards. So knowing that, we really have to put on a really good ass 1 hour Ironman match and set the standard or whatever if any backyard wrestler and company and shit wants to take up the challenge of doing a 1 hour Ironman match. which is really hard when we're not professionally trained. We're in fucking Florida heat and shit because it's hot, and to do a 1 hour Ironman match good and not, you know, slow down or get lost or whatever, it's gonna be a challenge because me and Chris did do 30 minutes and that kind of sucked. It's already fucking hot, but yeah. And we got Jared, who's gonna be on staff helping us produce this match. You ready to film and produce for an hour?
Oh, definitely. It's going to be one hot one, but I'm definitely ready, and I feel like that it's not going to get cold in Florida. It's just going to stick as being hot.
But the days after Hurricane Ian came through our area next to us, it did give us some nice, like 60 degree, low 70 degree weather. And of course, when we have to do this 1 hour Ironman match, the weather just goes right back up to fucking, you know, def 80 and plus. Which it was really nice and cool this morning, but not anymore. Damn. This ladder sucks. Came with the house though, but it sucks. That seems like it will hold. Okay. Alright guys, so we're about to film the last match so we got some stuff to actually we got one segment to film, and then we're gonna get on with the match. But yeah, starting to realize how fucked we are. Why did we choose a 1 hour Ironman match? Well, fuck it, I don't know. But I mean, we always get through everything anyway, so we'll figure it out. Alright. So, and this time, what are you gonna say about the last match?
I'm glad it's happening.
He said it's cause. How do you feel about this 1 hour Ironman match? You realize how fucked we are?
Oh, we're fucked.
Yeah, we're fucked.
But I'm glad it's happening. Get it over with, bro. I'm fucking get too old for this shit.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all? We're gonna be going to sudden death. Who's in the chat? A lot of people. You were recording that whole thing?
Yeah, I was recording the whole
Oh shit, look at everybody in the chat. Turn it off.
time. How do I turn it off? Okay. No, that's very annoying.
Oh shit, okay, hold on. Oh fuck. Who's in here? Can I check? Alright guys. Whoever's watching, type in the chat or something. Oh, shut the fuck up. Alright guys, we have finished the 1 hour Ironman match. We tied, we decided to go to sudden death route, but we're taking a break, we're finishing a whole fucking gallon of lemonade, and we're gonna then go back out and we're all, you know, energized back up, and we're gonna film
Sudden death.
Yeah, we're gonna film sudden death or whatever. Chris, how do you feel?
Very tired.
How do you think the match went? I personally,
No, it's great, dude. No one's ever done it before, so I'm watching it right now. Actually.
what do you think? You think it's our best match?
It's probably, yeah, no, it's definitely our best match. A lot of character development in it too.
I feel like this is like I feel satisfied with this match on the way we're gonna go out. But yeah, like I said, we're just we're resting up a bit because you know we can, and we're gonna then go back out and film for a little bit longer with sudden death. Fuck you, Jared.
Fuck you too, Anthony.
But yeah, we streamed it on my personal Facebook for friends and family, which Chris is watching.
I am watching it right now.
Any words before we do sudden death?
Help me. Call 911 because I probably ain't gonna make it through.
Hey, look how this lemonade we have one. This
Yeah.
shit was practically full. Jared, how did you think the match went?
I thought the match was pretty cool. Honestly, it was definitely like one of your guys' best work.
I think too. Alright guys, so We're going back into the arena and we're gonna finish this match and we're gonna film for another God knows how much fucking longer in sudden death. So that's gonna be great.
I said we go like 10 minutes. Finish it out 10 minutes quick, little boom boom bang bang. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about fucking 10 more minutes.
5 minutes. 5 to 8 minutes. How about another hour? Yeah.
Dude, if we did a 2-hour Iron Man match, that would be the fucking first. That would be the first. I don't think nobody's went too fucking that. I don't even. Oh, fuck it. But anyway, we're gonna go finish this up and then.
Work out, man.
You're gonna regret that when we start wrestling. Oh, fuck. We just finished Sudden Death and holy shit, not gonna lie, our fucking matches, I think, gonna be fucking hard to follow. You guys can be the judge when Clash of the Yards comes out. Obviously, it will be out before this comes out, so. Holy fuck, Chris, how do you feel?
I'm so exhausted right now. I'll be honest, I feel great because it was a great match. But I'm exhausted like a motherfucker.
Not gonna lie, my chest hurts, my back is on fire. I got stung by a fucking
Bobby mid-match, and we still went through with it. See how that works?
The dedication. Ah. Alright, we're gonna clean up and then catch you later. So, the best work I think that I have done in my career come to 2 gimmicks. The Evil Heart, the first edition Unmasked, and the Messiah of the Yard / the Saint of Backyard Wrestling. Those 2 gimmicks have gotten me the most, popularity and, rose my stock here in Backyard Wrestling. But the one that has really got me going is the Messiah and the Saint, and that's the gimmick that I retired with. I could have came out of my Saint Messiah crap and just came as just me. But, the Messiah and the Saint are my favorite characters that I have created here. It's no secret that I took inspiration for the Messiah character from Seth Rollins and his Monday Night Messiah gimmick, but I made my character more kind of religious and used more religious terms than Seth Rollins would have, in the terms of sinners, crucifixion, damnation, and just got into that crap. In 2020, I felt a change that I needed to do with my character. I was ALM since 2015, and I feel like I needed a change. Everybody upgraded their names but me. Chris went from Drago to Chris Dynamite. Jared went from the Viper to Jared Payne. Eric went from the Assassin to Eric Danger. But then there was me, ALM. And I had a lot of trouble finding a new name. I tried changing my name so many times, but before I did in 2020. And just one day, I was thinking of changing my name once and for all, because I was out for a bit because I got surgery to remove a kidney stone. So I was off of physical activity for a bit. So I thought, you know what, this is the perfect time to change my name. I said, I'm going to do it once and for all. Now's the time. So I started off with being Anthony because, I mean, I don't know. I said everybody has their real name. Like Chris, his real name is Chris. Jared, his name is Jared. Eric's real name is Eric. So I was like, fuck it. I was like, you know what? And I don't know what else name I looked like besides Anthony. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be Anthony. So after some thinking about my last name, I came with the name Aries. And now Aries is my daughter's zodiac sign. And at first I was hesitant because of Austin Aries and all that stuff. I didn't want people making the remarks, oh, Austin Aries ripoff and stuff, because I wanted to submit my name and do bigger things as and under my new name. But I said, fuck it. Aries, it's my daughter's zodiac sign. It has meaning to me, which that's one thing I wanted. I wanted a name with meaning. I didn't just want a random name. I wanted a name with meaning. So Anthony Aries was it, and it was nice because I was paying tribute to my daughter, who is my everything. So yeah, I came up with Anthony Aries, and at first the Anthony Aries character was just ALM, just with a new name, and a new logo. Who my amazing fiance Ruby made. Shout out to her. I had an idea of what I wanted, and she's the one who actually made the Anthony Aries logo. So props to her and shout out to her. When we were going into the last run of FBW after WrestleBash 7, I wanted to give myself a character. Because throughout my whole career, I was never really a character guy. I was just me turned up. The only thing closest to a character I had was the Evil Heart in 2019. Which I was actually going to come back as the Evil Heart. Because I knew I was turning heel after WrestleBash 6. But then I was going to come back as the Evil Heart. But then I thought of the Messiah. I really loved the Messiah, Seth Rollins, and I think that was his best character, and they should have done more with that character. So I was like, you know what? Let me do something like that. Let me be the Messiah of the Yard. And I made my guy act a little more religious and delusional, and I was going to be this corrupted cult leader. And I think that this has been some of my best work in FBW and in my backyard wrestling career. Sadly, I thought of the idea of the Crusade a little too late. I thought about it right before WrestleBash 7, the ending of my career. But I thought that I can still be a mouthpiece and an advocate for people in the community who need a boost. People in the community who need a character and want to grow and can feed off of my star power so they can have a more successful and better career in backyard wrestling. So that's what I did. I made the Crusade. I got some close friends, and I added Jared, who had no plans, no nothing after No Love, into it. And then I got some of my buddies who I thought can really benefit from being under my supervision, I guess, my leadership. So it's been a bit since the BYWN tapings and a little bit since BYWN Clash of the Yards have aired on the Backyard Wrestling Nexus channel. Just thought I would come in and give a little update of how I guess my retirement is going. To be honest, I don't feel sad or anything. To be honest, for a bit, I have been ready to move on from FBW. Not because FBW became a burden or whatnot. It's just, I think now is a perfect time to move on to bigger and better things and stuff. The support from the community about the 1 hour long Iron Man match, one of the firsts in backyard wrestling, has been great. Everybody has liked the match, so that is really, really great. Everybody has given nothing but great feedback to me and FBW about the match, which is great because, to be honest, I feel glad that is my last backyard wrestling match. I feel great, and I see. When FBW has tried ending multiple times in the past, one of the major things that kept bringing us back is not feeling content. Feeling the need to come back and do better and, bigger things and doing things that, I have ideas for, but I feel 100% content, and the match is a really good, what do you call it, a really good send-off, to be honest, and I can't be more, grateful. One of the things that has been really cool since ending my backyard wrestling career is I've been able to put more time and dedication into other things that I like. One of them being Marvel. As you guys can see, I'm wearing a Marvel superhero shirt. I've been, watching some Marvel series, catching up on things. And another thing is working out. Right here, I brought my gym inside, so when the kids are home and nobody is, here, like if it's just me and my girl home, I brought my gym inside so I can still get a workout done and watch the kids. Because that is one of the things that really, stunted my motivation to work out, is the kids being home and it's only me. Ruby at work or whatever, so I can't go outside, to the gym. So I brought my gym inside to help me motivate and help me get more workouts in, which I have or whatever. But yeah, I don't feel sad. I mean, one of the things I wish I would have been able to do in my backyard wrestling career is travel, but never say never, but yeah. Why retire? I have tried retiring from backyard wrestling a couple times. Climax 2016, after the whole bullying situation from our school, we tried retiring again. Climax 2019, we thought we were done after our 2020 run. We thought we were done after our 2020 run. But what keeps on bringing us back? Well, multiple things. One, just the love of wrestling keeps bringing us back. Not being able to go pro at times and just wanting to wrestle and just put on great stories that we're thinking of brings us back. Not being content of our last gig, that's a real big thing that keeps on bringing us back. Not being content and then thinking of well, what about this? What if we did this, all that? Keeps on bringing us back. But I can say for a fact that FBW WrestleBash 7 and BYW and Clash of the Yards is the end for FBW. We've gotten to a point where it's just time to move on. We got to the point where we're just too old. I just turned 21. I have 2 kids. Chris Dynamite, he got out of high school. He's moving on with his life. He has a kid. Jared Payne just got a place of his own. Eric Danger, he's gone. He's moved on from FBW, and not a lot of people in our area want to do FBW. And we can only function with me, Chris, Jared, Ruby, who are really the 4 people who's been the loyalist and stayed throughout. We can only do so much with those 4 people. We can only do the same 4, vibe, whatever, storylines that we can get out of us, out there. We're getting old. We have to move past FBW, especially if I want to go pro, if Chris wants to go pro, and do all this stuff. However, through my time now and until I officially go pro, I would come out and do a little program out of retirement if something interesting pops up, like if an interesting star returns to FBW that I don't have, or did much stuff with, or someone comes and travels to Florida, which would be a fucking rare, great thing to happen. I have revived and had FBW on live support for so long. We should have ended at certain times, yes, and I know I drug Chris Dynamite through hell, as Chris Dynamite has been a real big advocate about just moving on and letting FBW peacefully rest when we should have ended and would have been smarter to end at, which I apologize for dragging Chris. I know leading up until the last event at Clash of Yards, Chris Dynamite has had real big trouble coming down here. We lost the ring. The ring just got too much damage from weather. We went back to no ring, and the fact that me and Chris live like an hour away from each other, he had real big trouble coming down here. He missed WrestleBash 7. I know it's time to end FBW, especially when I've been told by Ruby that FBW used to be fun, and it's real became into a real big job-like thing, which that's just all the writing on the wall, that FBW it's been through a lot, and it's time to move on, go to bigger and better things in pro wrestling or wherever life takes us. We've done all we can and could. So FPW really is over, and it's going to stay like that, I'm sure.